This is going to be an example of how they cloak themselves in other people's cultures, how they take on accents so easily. Now, it's not that anybody can't do that, like your average comedian who does impressions typically can do some of the same kind of things here in America. But typically, what you don't see are American melanated Indians out here actually changing up their voice just and their accent and everything in the same lifetime. Like, we'll go to another country, even if we live over there, we're gonna speak your language, but we're gonna sound like us. We're not gonna try to conform to your accent or however your accent is.
So I actually was chatting with an American accent when I started to make content, but I lost the American accent and Nigerian accent because I was chatting with the UK accent. Bad times on the life, so that's it.
Wow. That's crazy. You've never left Nigeria.
I ain't never left Nigeria. No, I ain't never even been to Ghana.
So you've literally just only been in Nigeria the whole life?
My whole life in Nigeria. The thing not even know, I'm gonna kill off now. It doesn't reach time. We need to do a GoFundMe for fires. I need to leave this country. It's starting to. I don't know, like, why the flipping fuck have I lived in Nigeria all my life? It's kind of wrong. It ain't right, for real. But they talk when they laugh. Who they follow now they laugh? You see my pigeon, right?
Yeah.
It's proper pigeon, but I can't chat with a Nigerian accent. So that's just it.
That's just crazy. The fact that you can't speak a Nigerian accent and have not left Nigeria is crazy.
I mean, there's a couple of things to point out. He said ain't. Like, how many times have you, as a melanated American coming up in grade school, heard ain't is not a word? But you cannot get that word out of our vocabulary, as well as many other words. And he's saying that I ain't never been invited to Ghana. What? You ain't never. That's how hard they're studying. It's one thing to just do an impression and take on the voice, but to completely have all the nuances of some of our vocabulary is even more crazy.
So
from Top Boy.
Yeah, I actually watched that movie because that was one of the reasons why I lost the American accent. That movie, it had like 2 or 3 seasons, something like that. I had to go check it out because when I started to do the whole accent thing, it was an American accent, but everyone was like, yo, you sound like this guy from Top Boy, you sound like this one from Super Soul. So I had to go check out these 2 movies, and these 2 movies shaped my accent. And when I started to go live, everybody wanted to see Fire sit on a live and chat with a UK accent, not an American accent.
Because when you look at people who have actually been in Africa for many years, they still don't have any kind of African accent.
Differently, after 14 years of living abroad in Namibia. And for those of you who don't know, I am a Black American that first moved to Namibia in 2010.
On this video, so please go ahead and smash the like button for is that you get more bang for your buck when it comes to housing, when it comes to food, when it comes to clothing.
This man hasn't even touched any other soil but the soil he's on in Africa, Nigeria, wherever. And he's picked up all of these. Now, again, you can be a comedian. There's one thing of just being able to, do voices, impressions. It's another thing that when you see these people in these areas, this is what they do. This is how they sound. They cloak themselves. All of the British Africans sound like the Brits. Let's see if I can find one.
It's not my cup of tea.
Accent for us.
I should do a Birmingham accent for you. I don't know that.
I can't. They get angry or they get frustrated. When an African American tells them that they're just from America, they get angry or they get frustrated or they just don't understand that their answer is purely, I'm American. I'm Nigerian, but I'm also British. I was born in the UK, I was raised in the UK.
My experience and things I wish I would have known, then keep on watching. I think this might be the biggest thing, but the first thing I really, really wish I would have known before moving out here was how to put a smile on and pretend that everything's okay. As everyone should know, unless you are intentionally living under a rock.
Maybe they're not all like that, but one thing I do know is my people do not have or I should say, we do not want to be like anybody else. There may be some of us that may want to move around a little bit or whatever. Typically, they come back. And typically, they always come visiting back. They never just typically just leave and just say F the fam and everybody else that's back there. Typically, they go back and forth. But, you know, one thing we don't do is we do not try to assimilate with anybody. Half the time, we don't even want to be like each other. I mean, we do. We don't mind. We love the solidarity. But at the same time, we definitely value uniqueness as a people. So it's just funny. Just funny. I'll let y'all sit with that one.